Welcome to the Berkeley Poetry Slam. That is not nearly enough, but we're going to work on that. Y'all look cute. Look how cute y'all look. Y'all so cute. Y'all put on y'all good clothes to come to the Starry Plough. That's nice. You're going to look real good when you're drunk later. So cute. Cute people. So, you came here for a poetry slam, did you? Who's never been to a poetry slam? So most of you are liars. That's cool. I hope y'all caught that. Some of them are going to try to talk to you later, so it's good to know who you're dealing with. But for the two people in here who haven't actually been to a poetry slam, a poetry slam is a competition. 12 different poets are going to come up here tonight, try to impress you with their poetry and their performance of said poetry using no props and no music. 5 random judges have been chosen from the audience. Judges, raise your scorecards. Awesome. Give it up for the judges right now. 1, 2, 3, 4. Wait, hold them up. 1, 2, 3, 4. Where's the 5th judge? 1, 2, 3, 4. Am I blind? God damn it. Where's? Prophet, where's the 5th judge? No, I counted 4 with her included. All right, we're going to find our 5th judge. Anyway, 5 random judges have been chosen from the audience. Judges, you will judge each poet based on content and performance on a scale of 1 to 10 using decimal points to prevent ties. Highest score is dropped because we don't know who you fucking. Lowest score is dropped because we don't know who you fucking. 3 in the middle will be added together for a highest possible score of 30. You will practice that. That will be practiced in a moment. Few housekeeping things. Today's show is brought to you by support from our generous patrons over at Patreon and viewers like you. This show, while super rewarding, still has to abide by the merciless rules of capitalism. Every contribution given to us helps Rich Oak Events plan and budget to ensure that we are paying our featuring artists, supporting local fledgling writers, setting a space for the East Bay community art. So this means that you are not in HBO Max. So I'm going to demand that you do your job, and I'm going to do my job. So your job, besides holding up them scorecards if you're a judge, your job is to clap for each and every poet that comes up here and make a lot of noise for their poems. That is literally your only job. I'm sure you consider your part-time job drinking, but that's secondary to what you came here to do tonight. So I'm going to need you to do your job. If you don't do your job, I will call you out specifically, my friend in the red shirt. You with the cute jacket on, yeah, and a nice smile. Cute blonde chick sitting next to you. You in the Gap sweatshirt, I can see y'all. I will call you out. What else? There's we need a word of the day. Why, Nazila, what does the word of the day mean? Well, I'm glad I asked. The word of the day is a word chosen by the audience that each poet will try to work in their poem for the first round. Now, work into your poem does not mean get up here, say the word of the day, and then say your poem. That doesn't count, and you won't get a point. But if you manage to work that word of the day into your poem tonight, you will get an extra point in the first round. And now is the time when you as audience members start screaming random words at me. Wait, what? What? I heard something muscular? corpuscular. What? Dysfunction? Serendipitous? Girl, we not shouting out your boyfriend tonight. Come up here. So, what is the word of the day?
Serendipitous.
And what does that word mean?
It's kind of like synchronistic, but a little bit different.
Okay, you can't define a word with another complicated word. Be simplistic.
When things align in a beautiful way.
Good enough. All right, serendipitous. That's the word. Thank you.
Musician, not a poet.
Right on. Right on. Give it up for serendipitous, the word of the day. That is what is up. I think Tino's probably looking up the actual, yes?
Can I include other forms of serendipitous?
Yes, those count as well.
What?
Do other forms of serendipitous count?
Yes, yes,
Serendipity.
yes. Any variation on serendipitous is cool. So, are we ready to start the slam? Well, obviously we're not, because you don't know what your job is. So let me simplify your job, because you're just not going to do your job unless I tell you how to do your job. So here's what we're doing. Let's practice, shall we? I'm going to announce a poet. Said poet is going to be on their way up on stage, and you go. Right on. Said poet has just got done performing their piece, and you go. Now, part of your job tonight, ladies and gentlemen, and all others, is you need to sway these judges, right? So if the judge puts up a score you really like, you go. And if the judge puts up a score you really hate, you go. And judges, if the audience boos you, you go. If they knew what they was doing, they'd be a judge, wouldn't they? But they not. So whatever, I got you. It's me and you. It's me and you. All right. So I'm going to read the order. Here's the order. Coming up first is Colin, then Robert Vincent, Jay Rice, Hassani, M. Joy, Saul, Shane Lira. Okay, word. Gabriel Perez, Michael Jasso, Tino Reyes, Nia Starr, and Reggie. So what is left to do? Oh, I know. So we don't trust y'all judges. We don't know if you ever did this shit before. So we're going to give you some practice. And we're going to bring up what we call a sacrificial poet. That's your practice, judges. It's also your baseline. Anybody you like more than this poet, you will give a higher score. Anybody you like less, you will give a lower score. Just a tip, everybody is not a fucking 10. I know you a nice person and whatnot. You want everybody to like you and shit. But everybody is not a 10. Some of y'all in real life ain't a 10. You need to just deal with the fact that you an enthusiastic 7. 7s get ass too. Find you another 7 and you fine. Just don't worry about it. So please, judges, be consistent with yourself and be realistic, all right? So now coming to the stage, the poet that comes before all other poets, please welcome our sacrificial poet and the very, very first poet of the evening. Coming to the stage right now is Tino.
We learn to move in the wind with the most intimate of discretions. Migrate to the rhythm of cumbia steps of an early October. Feed our bellies of flower pollen and wait for the right season for us to repopulate one of the first words I ever learned in Spanish is mariposa. I remember falling in love with the way freedom flew with every pronounced syllable and wanting to surrender to desire, becoming one with the wind, too. I've seen my parents transform their limbs into wings and transcend the US-Mexican border more times than I can count with my hands. Seen them struggle to keep afloat. Even when they were threatened out of the sky, they said they did all this for the love they bear for their children. 3. Monarch butterflies migrate north in February and then back down south in October to continue their existences. Not once they ever concerned themselves with fences for my family. There's a tragic love story between an American dream and La Migra. Seeing this film unfold like a broken record as they migrate and are then deported and migrate again just to be deported once more. And I wonder if anybody else has memorized the change to the seasons like how I have 5. As of 2015, the monarch is at risk of becoming an endangered species. 6, whenever my parents retell the stories of them crossing La Frontera, I imagine them as butterflies and not the traumas they had to endure. It's easy for me to dream of them in perfect symmetry. The fragile wings being picked up by the sea and cross dry, deserts for days, dying of dehydration, and dangers that come with being undocumented. 7, if you touch a butterfly's wings, it will lose its ability to fly. It will die attempting to reach its destination. This is why my parents always taught me to move with my feet. 8, no matter where I go, my mom will always be present in my cooking. She will be the one stirring the pot and flipping tortillas when my belly is seeking familiarity. Is how I know I will keep a legacy alive. 9, about these hands will never have the capacity to write you the finest of poetry, but they will always have the capacity to cook and nourish your belly to remind you if you are dining with me, this will be our home tent. A definition of home has ever been the most stable. No white picket fence or nuclear family dynamic has ever existed itself in our family albums. There is nothing symmetrical about these images. No household on their backdrop, a welcome mat to step on. Monarchs are not known for having homes. Instead, constantly migrating so the next generation could survive. 11, love has always been a struggle between connecting calls, knowing that they are leagues away from you, just to hear them say, mijo. To hear the lullaby in your parents' voice from the sky above you is falling. 12, we are monarchs, soaring with holes in our wings and at times consuming the deadliest of pollens because we are trying so hard to survive. This is why we are going extinct. 13, one day, I'll break my limbs, grow wings in their place, and fly south. Fly home.
Tino, y'all. Judges, let's see some scores. I have 1, 2 scores, 3. There's the 5th judge. I'm just blind. Okay. 5. All right. Yep, I'm real blind. Can you write that a little bit bigger back, Judge? Thank you. Because I am blind, but we will start with a low of a 7.2. We have a 7.7, 7.8, 8.5, and an 8.7. But we love poets, and we love poetry. So a couple more things, because I be telling y'all shit, because that's my job. I would like everyone to pull out their cell phone right now. Go ahead and pull that out and turn that shit off. Okay, well, turn the sound off then. I don't want no Lil Nas X playing during somebody's poem. We got a DJ already. We don't need your ringtone. The second thing is I'm going to use the term on deck. On deck means you aren't coming right now, you're coming later. So, Robert Vincent, you are on deck. Please give it up for our first slam poet of the evening. Please welcome Colin to the stage right now.
The boy asks, how many dead niggas does it take to get to the center of institutionalized racism? And the owl responds, let's find out, says, I don't know, but my friend Jim Crow does. I was too busy killing, I forgot to count. The boy asks, how many dead niggas does it take to get to the center of institutionalized racism? And the owl responds, a 1, a 2, a 6 million on the way here, but after that it gets a little bit tricky. See, you can't count slaves as full people, and I was never too good at adding fractions. The boy asks, how many dead niggas does it take to get to the center of institutionalized racism? And the owl responds, until every black family is fatherless. Until every black mother mourns a black son, says if we can't kill him, lock him up, and ain't that just like a death sentence? Says until these streets are drenched red with your blood, until black life equates to black death, and we have all of your green money, and funny how serendipitous that is. Cause ain't those the colors of your flag? We will burn that too. The boy asks, how many dead niggas does it take to get to the center of institutionalized racism? And the owl responds, apparently 1 more. Says curiosity killed the cat when we killed Malcolm, right? We killed Huey and Martin too. Says don't ask questions, boy. Says don't ask questions, boy. Says boy. Says manhood is for white people. Says your skin is a sin and the wages of sin is death. Says I am death. I am the grim reaper. I will reap what you sow. Take credit for your greatness and make sure your only legacy is a body bag. And that's if you're lucky, because it might just be a noose and a burnt cross. So the boy asks, how many dead niggas does it take to get to the center of institutionalized racism? And the owl responds, until these wings encompass the world like a candy wrapper. See, this is that Tootsie Roll racism, a type of oppression that's only palatable because the poison's hidden behind 32 milligrams of sugary bullshit. And it isn't until you read the label that you realize that this will rot you from the inside out. And it is this moment, when your body is nothing but dust, when there's nothing left to call black or revolutionary or human. This is the answer you've been searching for. So how many dead niggas does it take to get to the center of institutionalized racism? It isn't much. Just you.
Colin, y'all. Judges, let's see some scores. I have 3 scores. 4 scores. Oh, the pressure. We have a low score of an 8.1. We have an 8.2, 8.5, 8.7, and a 9.0. Give it up for the poet, y'all. All right. Bryce, you are on deck. Please clap very loudly and enthusiastically. Our next poet coming to the mic is Robert Vincent. To the mic right now.
My great-grandfather was a tailor, a weaver. His audience is on Broadway. Yes, my great-grandfather was a when the fabric of your pant leg touches mine, or my fingers spider dance across the draped curtain and the small of your back when I give you a hug goodbye, I feel bubbly electric. I'm goddamn eccentric. Did you know this? I keep pulling the dumbest faces just to see if you'll notice, just to get a little bit of a nitpick, of a flicker of a spark in your eye. And when I see it, I feel like I could die, because my great-grandfather was a tailor, but no seamstress like you. You weave my nerves and my hurts. You loop my bliss with the thread of a kiss. You prick my interstitial feelings of doubt into a rhapsody of clout that could tether-weight my momentum anywhere you choose to flung it. And you could sing a song so foul directly into my soul if it were you that sung it. I'd love it. And this might sound like a love poem, but it's really a confusion tome that I've opened up Pandora's box and thoughts got me tied up in knots, tossing and turning on my cot, and I wonder what I ought to do. Because I got no business being with you. My heart belongs to another, and though she makes my heart flutter, despite her mutters that my life she clutters, you make my heartbeat stutter. That slight bump, hickety bump, bump, hickety bump fills my ears and my mind with tears that I can't let out. Because baby, it feels so good when someone as wonderful as you notices me, and I could do nothing, and I doubt you want me to. But my great-grandfather was a tailor, so maybe I can reach back through bloodlines drawn from thimbleless needle pricks sticking in my veins, giving me a brilliant claim to affection, create Domenico James Valentino's trade's namesake. Maybe if I could do that, I could just forge some kind of sinewy thread that could lash our pinkies together with a thin strand of honey so that we could orbit philotically, serendipitously, physically sending transmissible signals down this invisible tin can string telephone. A secret code handed down from Martini to Valentini to Valentino, just so you and I could have something special to share.
Robert Vinson, y'all judges, let's see some scores. Oh, Christ. 1, 2, 3, 4. There it is. We have a low score. We have a low score of a 6.0. We have a 6.8, a 6.9. That's sexy. A 6.9 and a 7.5. But we love poets. See, I know what it is. I know what it is. I know what it is. Y'all just bitter, that's all. Y'all don't like love poems. Y'all sitting up there like, all that love shit. I see you. You need to look around. There's some other single people up in here. You need to get you some. Calm yourself. Feel a little better about things. You know what I mean? I'm not gonna call out. I'm not gonna call out my fellow single people. See, in the past, I would have had you raise your hands and look around, but some of y'all look aggressive. Some of y'all look like y'all ain't had none in a while, and I don't really want to unleash you on each other, so we just gonna keep it on the low, you know. I'm sure y'all will meet eyes sometime tonight. Also, for anyone who is standing, there are seats right here. There are seats right here. So you don't, with your beer, you can sit up here with your beer. You should go to the bar and get a beer, though. I'm just saying. That was a short commercial. Hassani, you are on deck. Please welcome our next poet to the stage. It is Jay Rice, y'all.
Water running. I spy on the coastline a blue sky melted into the Pacific. Heavens and seas serendipitous to the same decor. So I chase the running water, running water, running water along the shore. exploring the current force and such fate endured of scattered reminders of my Nigerian disaster. Hey, let me tell you about the tragedy of Fola. She was my first love found in college. We had made love every day in the dorm cottage, sometimes while my roommate was unconscious, sometimes without a condom, until one time she said, "We got a problem." Thursday, school night, 9 o'clock, Rite Aid, EPT displayed positive. Instant shock like time stopped. So next day at Planned Parenthood parking lot, we stood opposite, debating whether to kill or not. She argued the affirmative. My family would disown me, kick me out with no money, only you, me, a baby stuck in a life forever lonely. I brought two deaths, us and an unborn love torn.